Oreos aren't your favorite cookie, Grace Case? We're going to have to discuss that. What's your favorite? I love Oreos too, Mousy. I love them. I don't want to love them as much as I love them. And I don't purchase them often, which makes them more delicious when I do have them. But I'm glad you got peer pressured into the purchase. Not at all. So how are you guys doing? Welcome to Friday night. Yes. What's happening out there in internet land? Mayhem and gossip and Oreo cookie pushing. I'm telling you, John works for Nabisco. Oh, I started mid-sentence. I said, you don't like Oreo cookies, Grace Case? Yeah, there is a delay. But when it says I'm live, I assume I'm live. But evidently, not true. Not true. So mental note, hit go live, wait 30 seconds before speaking. Mayhem. It is mayhem out there, I think. I don't know what's going on. People are bored. The weather's changing, so people are online more. I don't know. StreamYard is not my favorite, but you know, I'll learn. Cuckoo. People are cuckoo. Yeah. OBS. Well, okay, Mousy. If I can't even handle StreamYard. I mean, last week I couldn't. I messed up screen sharing. This week, I think I'm live, but I'm not. I don't know. I still say I'm improving. I convince myself. Hey, Deb Mortimer, how's it going? We're talking about how people are crazy. You never have to behave here, Grace Case. Well, I mean, a little bit. But here we say our thoughts, what we think and feel, with no shame and reckless abandon. Actually, that's probably an accurate statement about myself. Where'd you get lost to? What wrong turn did you take? This is Cassandra. Good to see you. Welcome. Why do you say I don't want that? I think I do want that. I'm pretty good, Deb. I just had some jalapeno poppers, and those are delicious. Like those, I had a little misstep with my groceries today, so I had to go grab something to eat real quick. Oh, I don't want people to say what they really think. Okay. I mean, I do because I think guessing is worse. Did I follow C no Twitter? Nope. Oh, gotcha. I was like, yeah, I totally want to hear what people have to say. But you do not have to say it. Because that is a gift too. Knowing when to keep your mouth shut. You don't see Grace Case? Grace Case, do you have Deb Mormer blocked? Oh, Deb, do you have it on top chat and not live chat? I do that sometimes. So what's happening? How's your arm, Deb? How are you feeling? Any improvement? Mousy stepped away for a moment, but she will be back. Did you block her by accident or on purpose? Because someone the other day told me that I had them blocked on Twitter, where I was like, I don't even know how to block somebody on Twitter. I've never tweeted. And if I get on Twitter once a week, I would be surprised by that much. Hey, Aesop's Inspiration. Great to see you. How's your Friday? Can you see her, Deb? We're trying to figure out. Deb can't see someone in chat. You know what? I wake up with it open, or if I put like my phone in my pocket and I'm walking around, then that is the first thing that pops up is that stupid block thing. Block or report. And I'm like, oh no. So maybe I do have people blocked and I don't know it. But they really make that like, it pops up almost too easily. Mousy that. I don't know how to check if you. Does anybody know how to look at a block list on YouTube? I don't even know. Mousy, that sounds like you're getting over an infection. How do we look at our block list? Let's figure it out together. Settings. Privacy. Do you just have to click on people to see if you have them blocked? Can you tell if people have you blocked? Account. Mousy, can you look at your block list? I've never blocked anyone. Oh, that's not true. I block those bots when they come in. But I don't think I've never purposefully blocked a person. But anytime I'm in a chat and like a bot pops up, I block it. I am on Gmail. Does it show it on Gmail? Whoever set this whole system up, I feel like is a nerd in an office somewhere. It's under the people tab. I say with no familiarity. Now I'm looking. Where's the people tab? Oh, wait. No, that says contacts. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't actually use my Gmail. One may wonder how I got to the year 2022 not using a computer in my own home. But I did it, everyone. I got there. And now I don't know how to do this. So it's not, if I'm looking at like my Gmail inbox, is there like a Gmail homepage? Is this a fruitless effort? Oh, you blocked her. That makes sense. I will vouch for her, Deb. Grace Case does, I believe, begins all streams at this time in an upright position, and slowly as the stream goes on, she becomes more horizontal and usually fades away. Click on my avatar in YouTube. Okay, I gotta go to that. YouTube. Got it. Then go to history and privacy. That is not a choice. Under settings? Are you talking about in the upper right-hand corner of you? Click on my avatar. Congrats, Grace Case. No more overtime. Okay, I'm just gonna, let's start anew. Ready, everybody? Opening YouTube. Here I am in YouTube. My avatar is in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to click it. Boom. Menu comes up. Go to manage my Google. Oh, okay. Welcome, Jujubee. People and sharing. I clicked people and sharing. Did I click too soon? Blocked. I see it. I have 22 blocked users. Oh my gosh, who's on here? Oh, all bots. Best cams, love chat. Can I say naked? Naked. Webcams, a language I do not recognize. I see it. I didn't know I could look at that. I actually never thought about it because I've never blocked anybody. How's it feel to be blocked, Deb? Remember we were talking about one time where like no one has blocked us? Well, not true. Maybe people have. Wait a sec. So if you've blocked somebody, they can be in the same chat as you, but you just can't see them. Random user. I bet people get blocked by accident all the time though. Because like if you touch your phone, I mean if you're watching on your phone, cuz for me like I'll switch from the main floor of my house to upstairs and I'll listen on my phone while I'm like walking around getting ready for bed and stuff. And that's when I'll hit that block/report button all the time. Oh, so like if you blocked me, Grace Case, then I can't see you and you can't see me. And I have no say in the matter. Would I know that you blocked me? Like I don't get an alert? Or what will it do if I try and like write something to you, if I try and tag you? We'll just be like, stop it, dum dum. I know, yeah, that's what I want to know. Can I see if someone's blocked me? It just says these are the people that don't like you. Or fell asleep and you were in their stream. Ah. So, oh yeah, because one time I was blocked in a chat and I did not know. And I chatted the whole chat. And I was like, I'm making really great points and no one is acknowledging me. Ah. Good call. I can see why you would. I could see why you would make that choice. Because for a person who doesn't care about KJ or watch anything on KJ, he sure talks about her a lot and watches a lot on her. Well, Deb, you guilted Grace Case into unblocking you. So I already ate 4 Oreos today. I'm out of control with the Oreos. Part of the problem is I have left them out in a site where I can see the Oreos. So I need to put them in like a drawer in my kitchen or a cabinet or something. They're too accessible. He confuses you by saying nothing because that is what he does. No, I can't stand that, Deb, when people are like skirting around what they want to say. I'm like, stand behind your opinions and thoughts or shut your mouth. Like, it's just like how he says, I don't care about KJ, yet talks about her all the time, is in all the KJ chats. I'm like, you obviously care. And okay, then care. Grace Case, always with the bloviates, and it's such a good word. Because he is the definition of that word. Oh, no. I mean, I'm not ashamed of my opinions. I would tell him to his face. I mean, I'm not going to like run up to him in a chat and be like, listen, here's my thoughts on you. But I also don't say anything behind somebody's back I won't say to their face. So whatever. Grace Case, it's a great word. I learned it. I actually remember when I learned it because I had this boss and I did not like him. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up when I was introduced to him. Have you ever met a person like that? And I don't know what I was reading, but that word was in it. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's him. Yeah. Yeah, he does say that, like, you'll understand soon. And then, I mean, the kicker is, like, he very much, I think, has a right to be, like, ticked off at Katie Joy, but, like, let it go, because now you're harassing, I think. I don't know. No, and that's how he wants you to feel, I think, ASAP's. Like, it's a purposeful, I don't know, bamboozling. Is it bamboozling? I don't know. I think of it more like what do I think of it like? Like I don't know. He's not confident in what he's saying. And he is one of those people who keeps saying the same thing over and over. And I'm like, you can say it 1,000 times. That doesn't make it true. Yes, watergating would be a good term for it. Yeah, he's gonna have a heart attack over the KJ stuff. He gets a little worked up. No, and I think that loss was his fault. Like, you can't you filed a lawsuit and then you're, like, on Twitter every day tweeting about her in every chat ever, on every panel ever. Obviously hyperbole, but, I mean, if it went before a jury, the jury would say, "Nope." I mean, they go after each other. And frankly, Katie got him right where she wanted him. She won. Because she doesn't talk about him anymore, and he's still over there. I think so too. Plus, I get excited when I see you in chat, ASAPs. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't have anything against him. Like, I mean, I do worry about him. I wish he would settle down, calm down. Because I think he's going to stroke out. I don't know. And probably, maybe if he just would stop giving everyone who hates him so much fodder and just do his own thing, maybe he could be funny and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have anything against him either. And sometimes he like can be cool, but then other times I'm like, just settle down. And he does this thing that makes me crazy. Partially because I used to date someone who did this. But they would take statements that so you're having a discussion / argument, and they break down your statements to like, I don't know, one phrase, and then they go yes or no on that phrase. And you're like, no, it doesn't. You can't do that because that changes you don't have the context of all my other statements. And they're like, yes or no. Is this true? Yes or no? I'm like, well, taken out of context, yes or no, whatever. But it's manipulative and it's infuriating. Yes. And I'm like, you're trying to act like a lawyer, but you're not. Ugh. It makes me very mad. But it doesn't win the argument. It just gets you to shut down and not continue the discussion. She sure. Well, Steve. That's what we're talking about. Dirty Uncle Sal. We're saying he needs to get off the KJ. I mean, frankly, we all need to get off the KJ. Mousy, I do not know what you're saying. But I'm going to guess you just took pain pills. Yes, Deb, exactly. And I'm going to say excessively talk about her. Like, KJ is a weird subject because do you want me to? I can tell you my origin story of how I ended up where I am. Because I watched a couple of her videos and I can't remember why. Like, I must have heard something or saw some blip on like yahoo.com or whatever where it was like something happened. I'm going to assume with the Duggars. And then YouTube recommended her video to me and I clicked on it and I was like, okay. And you know how YouTube is? Like, YouTube needs to work on their algorithm suggestions quite a bit because last week I watched like a cute little 1-minute video of a bunny. And now it's like, oh, you like bunnies? Here's every bunny video ever. Like, come on, YouTube. Like, it was one little video. Settle down. Now my feed is just bunny videos. But anyway, I like watched one of her videos. Then I watched like a second one. And I started to do that. I don't think this is the smartest tool in the shed. And then I heard her say, I'm going to say video 3 or 4. And I heard her say, I'm beginning to think these reality shows aren't real. And I was like, why am I watching this? Oh my God. Stop it. And then cue the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit and Emily D. Baker and winter and a pandemic. And here I am. Dirty Uncle Sal, I do know how to manipulate the algorithm, and I manipulate it. I have on the different TVs in my house, I have different algorithms going. And then my phone and my computer are pretty much the same. Hey, Teresa, how's it going? Smothered Teresa. Why does everything you cook sound delicious? Where do you live? I'm looking to move. And I feel like I could move in next door. I know. What are you smothering the chicken with? Are they homemade mashed potatoes? Because I went to somebody's house for dinner the other night and they did not make homemade mashed potatoes. Yeah, for that smothered chicken, I sure am moving tonight. Oh, Michigan, Teresa. I don't want to move there. Do you leave the skins on the potatoes, Teresa? Because I do. And that is controversial. What's the weather like in Michigan? Well, cherries are delicious. Okay. You're convincing me. I kind of want... It gets cold there, though, right? No, thank you. No, thank you, cold weather. Although I did have to put on a hoodie today, and I'm thrilled about that. Dude, Montana's gorgeous. I mean, it really is. Teresa, you are describing where I live. Because that is exactly what happened. It was, no, I think it was cool yesterday, but the day before it was 95, and yesterday it was 65. So I had to keep my air conditioner on until like 10 p.m. at night. And then I could open all the windows because it was finally cool enough outside. Oh, Deb, I am looking for that. I'm looking for the mountain views. I want more terrain. And I do like a chilly night. I do. Georgia is gorgeous. The first time I went to Georgia, I thought I am going to move here because of all that Spanish moss in the trees. Oh my gosh. Colorado, I've considered. However, a lot of true crime happens in Colorado. Maybe it's just a coincidence that that's what like Dateline and everybody maybe they can get the files easier or something. But every time I put Colorado on my list, I'm like, turn on Dateline or some documentary, and then it's like, in Colorado, this mayhem occurred. And I'm like, darn it, Colorado. Yes. Okay. See, Deb? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's doing not good stuff in Colorado. Because I thought about looking it up one time, like how many. I mean, really, every true crime, not true crime, well, Dateline things. At least 50% of the Dateline stories go down in Colorado. Start watching for it. You'll hear it. Yeah. See, I don't know where to go. I'm very weather focused, which I don't think is. I'm not going to get what I want. Maybe I will. I don't know. Dude, where I live is mayhem. My car was locked up in a murder investigation one night while I ate dinner in a restaurant. I came back out, couldn't get to my car. Someone had been killed by it. And I drove by the candy store gym tonight and they were working out. I think everywhere you go, though, has something like weird and wrong, and you're just used to the weird and wrong things where you live. Really, Sal? I just went back and read your chat after Deb responded to it. You heard there's a serial killer in your area? I worked at a gas station a long, long time ago. And, cops come in there And one time the cop told me, don't go to this area of town because there is a serial killer. We're just not putting it out on the news. But they are targeting people like your age and your description. And I was like, what are you saying to me? I liked better off not being in the know. I wonder how many are active at one time. You only have one Tootsie Roll left, Mousy? I purchased a 5-pound bag like a month ago, so I am stacked up. Oh, you guys, I'm like, speaking of killers. So I was thinking about, I brought this up last week and you guys had never heard of the case. So, and we kind of talked about it, about a podcast that I listened to that was really good. And I thought about doing a stream where we listen to the podcast and discuss it. Now, it is about a murder case, but it will not be a like factual deep dive or anything. We're just listening to the podcast and like discussing the podcast. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want anybody coming to the stream thinking they're getting, I mean, it's an old case. So, but I think it would be fun to listen to the podcast and like discuss the podcast and our thoughts on it and stuff. And it's a really good podcast. I started re-listening to it and then I was like, I bet some people that I know around town, like I know Deb's into true crime. We're trying to get Mousy into it. I can still see you, ASAPs. And the episodes are relatively short. I think they're like 20 to 25 minutes. So I thought that would be like a good hour. I mean, we pause it, we discuss, So maybe I'll just schedule that. And if you show up, awesome. If not, I'll listen by myself. Because that's what I've been doing so far. So but I do love a good true crime podcast. That's true, Mousy. But I need you to get crazy into it like I am. But I'm not. I'm not YouTube crazy. Like I don't watch stuff on YouTube about it. Does that make sense? Because that's not valid information. Well, neither are documentaries though. So, whatever. I like a documentary. I like a podcast. I like discussing that. For me, Deb, it depends. I can get fixated like that. In fact, but not really. Well, yeah. Like I'll do that search on my TV and watch everything ever that I can find on a case. But I've found that searching for the case on YouTube is not productive. Sometimes, Deb, I can't start reading a book because I will neglect my whole life until I finish the book. So I have to be conscious of that. Like, I can't even do laundry because I'll be like, sorry, I'm reading this book. Deb, you crack me up, Deb. I like your dry delivery. You're like, I'm just rude, actually. I know. Why is it so interesting? Hey, why is all the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff coming up? Is it an anniversary? Oh, 20 years? 30 years. Did he die in 92? Or was caught? I don't know. But I keep getting my computer's figured me out. Here's the story as it was suggesting to me today. Oreo is bringing back a discontinued flavor and Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. So those are currently my interest. Oh, that's why. Okay, Deb, that makes sense. Because I was like, why does it keep throwing all these like Jeffrey Dahmer stuff at me? It seemed odd, and I couldn't place like where it was coming from. So I thought it was an anniversary, but a new documentary, I guess. I just looked down and see Deb say, I hate my left hand. Oh, Deb, I'm so sorry. That sucks so hard. I understand. Yeah, ASAPs. It is fascinating to try and get into their heads because none of it makes sense to me. None of it. Like, even those people who, you watch an episode of Dateline and they're like, this husband got mad at his wife and wanted out of the marriage. And I'm like, what is happening that you sit there and go, I think I can get away with this? Like, first, it occurs to you that that's an option of getting out of your issue. And then you think, yeah, I got a shot at getting away with this. What? None of that makes sense. I mean, there was a wasp in my house today, and I left him because I did not want to kill him. He did not have a stinger, so I don't remember what gender stings with wasps. But he was non-stinger, and he's in between the curtains and the window, so he can see himself out. Figure it out, wasp. Not going to kill you, but I'm not going to help you. Soon, Deb, you'll be so talented with that left hand. You'll just be typing away. That makes, oh no. Brushing your teeth has to be the worst. Have you jammed the toothbrush into your gums? Because that is what I would do. I don't think Dahmer did. Because Dahmer was up in, wasn't he up north? He was in like Wisconsin or something. Deb, I broke my elbow, my left elbow, and I had a cast. I'd have surgery and everything, and I had a cast from my shoulder to past my fingertips, so I couldn't move my arm at all. And I had to, I'm like, my poor guy friends had to learn how to like pull my hair back in a ponytail. It was the worst. And I could only have the cast on for 3 weeks or I wouldn't gain movement back on my arm. But even though I got the cast off, I still couldn't move my arm. So I still had to have help. Oh, it was awful. I don't know. I don't know about the Dahmer. But didn't some other guy confess to Adam Walsh's? What's his dad's name? John Walsh. John Walsh doesn't think Dahmer did it. You know, did he abduct other people like that? I mean, I know he abducted people, but the worst is that poor boy who got away from him and was outside. I think he was naked. I'm not certain on the details. But got away from him, and Dahmer came out and was talking to the cops, and he was like, "It's my friend. He's just drunk." And the cops let the guy go back with him. Oh, I can't even handle that. That's so, like, that's awful. That's awful. That poor, no. When was Adam Walsh taken? Why was he discharged from the military? For being a creep? Dude. I don't know who confessed. I don't know much, like anything about the Adam Walsh. Oh. He was discharged for being gay? See, I don't know much about Dahmer either, really. Guess I should watch the documentary. I mean, I know the basics. And I think maybe I watched an interview with his dad one time. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, don't ask, don't tell. So stupid. I'm oddly uncomfortable tonight. You ever get like that? Like, this chair is just not working for me. I don't know. Maybe we should all watch the Dahmer documentary. Meet back here to discuss. How old was he in 81? Well, how old was he when he was caught? In his 40s? I'm assuming early 20s was 81. Deb, this country is going backwards for stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. How old was he when he... I'm Googling it. Do you ever try and look at people like him? You know, when you say, because when you look at him, you go, he looks creepy. But if you didn't know everything you did about him, would you think he looks creepy? Oh, he was caught quick then. Yeah, but he was in jail for 8 years, I think, right? And then someone on the yard took him out. So for 8 years in jail, he was walking around, looking over his shoulder. He knew they were going to get him. He had 17 victims. Good golly. You know what's a weird one? 13 years in prison? Clearly, I know nothing about the case. I have no facts. Jeez. I couldn't get anything more wrong. Google. I know. I tried to Google, but then I don't talk. And I'm like, I'd like to read all this. I'm watching that documentary when we get off here. Oh, but first I have to watch 60 Days In, only the best reality show ever. Do any of you watch it? I like a researcher, Deb. I like the factual. Dirty Uncle Sal and I were talking about because she told me a weird fact, which I will not repeat here because I will save it for if this segment appears. But I was like, I love weird facts. And then she said I should do a segment like, why do you know that? Or how do you know that? Is it about Dahmer, Mousy? Mousy, post it in chat. Is it on YouTube? So we can all watch it and discuss it. Because I'm watching that. Did any of you guys watch the documentary on Netflix yet? Okay, everybody, you've got homework. Watch the documentary. Watch the video Mousy post shortly. And then we'll meet back here next week and discuss. And I'll actually know something about Dahmer. Excuse me. Versus the made up numbers I have been producing this evening. And Deb has corrected me on. Deb, I'd like to promote you to official stream fact checker. Grace Case has said we can't make her, but we did convince her to purchase Oreos, so I think that we can convince her to watch the Dahmer documentary. Rainbows and unicorns are available at the end of the documentary. I can give you no more information than that. You have to watch the whole thing, and then you get the treat. I know. It's a good promotion for her, isn't it, Aesop's? I didn't see her accept. Dirty Uncle Sal. I like your casual peer pressure. Hey, you should just give in to the peer pressure. Do you like true crime, Grace Case, or no? Because if you do not enjoy it, then Jeffrey Dahmer's not for you. No, not a book report. I was making you official stream fact checker, meaning anytime I'm like, oh yeah, Dahmer was in prison for 8 years, you're like, no, bullshit. it was 13. Get it right. Yeah. Deb Mormer, fact checker. Stream. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something witty. You do not have to report anything. Just discuss the documentary. And then when I say something that is incorrect, you'll be like, nope, no, that's not what occurred. But if she doesn't like murder, Dirty Uncle Sal, you resist that peer pressure, Grace Case. I mean, I would love for you to watch the documentary. Absolutely, Deb. You never have to ask. Grace Case, you make the best decision for you. No more peer pressure in chat. This is a peer pressure free zone. Everyone is welcome. Mousy, you're going to get a reputation if you keep talking about how much it hurts to go to the bathroom. Fun fact, sometimes on those long pauses, I am muted and taking a drink. Like I said, reputation. Mousy, everything you say. If no backstory is known, I would be like, that dirty. That dirty. That girl is dirty. All right, what else is happening, everybody? What's going on? Anybody have any great news to report? Remember how fun it was when we celebrated Grace Case? Anybody have anything to celebrate? Do I have anything to celebrate? No. Dirty Uncle Sal, I did know that phones don't keep working if you neglect to charge them for an extended period of time. Cars as well, computers, anything with a battery. I know, Grace Case, like you really led with amazing news, and now all other news is like, wah, wah. But we'll have a comeback. I'm trying to think. I know some cool stuff happened this week. I don't know. My brain hasn't been working correctly lately. I've just been tired. Oh my gosh, that first paycheck is going to be very exciting and I think a little shocking. You know how you get a raise and then you're like, whoa, taxes. Ooh, ASAPs, that's great news. Did you get rechargeable batteries? Yeah, I think my brain is exhausted too. I'm always so tired at the end of summer and I just can't like get my act together. Like I need to catch up on sleep. But I do already feel better after 2 good nights of rest. You feel like a different person. Do you work up from home, Grace Case, or do you go to an office? Do you ASOPs? I do too. I'm like, oh my gosh. I like by September, I can't even handle it anymore. I'm like, nope. Only 1 day a week. That's awesome. Do you like working from home? Oh, dirty Uncle Sal. I'm sorry you didn't charge. Plug it in now. Plug it in before it's fully gone. Also, that's dangerous not to have a charged phone. So please don't let that happen again. Yeah, I like working from home too, Grace Case. But then sometimes I'm like, I need to get out of my house. So it is a weird double-edged sword. Well, we all had home phones then. See, I get, people say like, don't take your phone in your bedroom. And I'm like, but what if something happens in the middle of the night? Like, what if my house catches on fire or someone breaks into my house? I need to have my phone near me to like contact help. Yes, Grace Case. And there have been times where I'll be like, especially if the weather's bad, where I'll be like, I have not been out of my house. I need to get out immediately. Oh, that's right. Yeah, see, me too, Grace Case. I like keep it with me and nothing has happened to me, but I'm like, it's so, I just think it's the most ludicrous advice. I'm like, that's dangerous. Well, I just always think, Deb, like if something, like if my house catches on fire or something, like if I, or like Grace Case had someone break into her house. I hope you don't mind that I said that, Grace Case. I'm sorry. And I always think like, or what if, I mean, like I hurt myself one time when I was home by myself and I cut my foot and I hurt like bad, like cut my flesh up to my Achilles tendon. You could see a few inches of my tendon. And I was home alone and I did not have my phone on me. So I had to walk all the way through my backyard back inside to get my phone. And I was bleeding profusely. And then I went back outside because I was bleeding so bad. And then I had to call somebody to like come get me and help me. And I was like, ever since then, that was like the worst one I've done by myself. But I try to only buy pants and stuff that has a pocket so I can keep my phone on me. And even like if I go downstairs to do laundry or whatever, I'm like carry my phone, or I'll stick it in my bra. Like if I go outside to do anything, I have my phone on me. Yeah, it was a pretty bad cut, Mousy. Like it was real bad. I had bloody footprints on my patio for a long time. Someone had to give me a professional solution. Oh, good night, Deb Mormer. Have a good one. Rest that arm. Yeah, so ever since then, I'm like, just keep your phone on you. And like, you don't have to keep it. I mean, you can keep it on silent. But I'm like, I will always be able to call for help. I don't know who Dr. Creepin is. I turn everything off and I go to sleep in a dark room with no noise, which I have come to find out is odd. And that's part of the reason I'm tired by the end of summer, because my bedroom has a window air conditioner and it's so freaking loud. I can't stand that noise all night. Or a ceiling fan on. Ugh. It's like I'd never fall into a deep sleep. I hope Deb's okay. What do they talk about to fall asleep to? Grace Case, I think about getting one of those sometimes. Because I'm like, what if I fell on my phone? Or what if, like, you know how you run scenarios? And I'm like, what if I was going down the stairwell and I fell and then my phone fell and like broke on the way down? I mean, anything could happen. I know, it made me nervous. ASAPs. Everybody send good vibes to Deb. Let's hope she just got a phone call and was like, oh, cool, I'm going to go talk to one of my kids about something pleasant and not scary. Yeah. See, and I don't think my parents used white noise or music. So now I like a quiet house. I mean, I can't sleep with a fan on or with like the air conditioner on. I can like central air is fine, but with like a portable or a window unit, no, I can't do it. Yeah, Grace case. A lot of people have the fan thing, and I do not. Like I just don't sleep. I don't sleep with that noise. And then I'm up and down all night. And then I'm exhausted the next day. I can't, it's stressful to me. You know that, when you're not awake, but you're not asleep? That's how I feel when I have like that kind of noise in the room. Well, I think like normal house noises are okay, but just that like constant weird, like, that like that is what irritates me. No, I'm fine if I don't have like a fan on. Then I sleep great. Like once it's the summer with the window air conditioner, that's where my problem lies. And what happens is I'll like get up and down all night and turn it off and on because it'll just be like it's too. I don't know. Maybe get like don't. It's like when you fall asleep on the couch and you're watching TV and you're not all the way asleep because you're sort of aware what's going on the TV, but you're not awake. Yeah, I'm in the twilight dreaming phase. But if it's quiet, I mean, I can sleep like if people are, well, maybe not. I mean, I can sleep at like normal house noises and stuff. It's that like constant like buzz noise. I can't stand it. Like a white noise situation drives me nuts. And like the window AC causes a problem because you turn it off, then you get hot. Then you're sleeping great, but you get hot, so you wake up. So then you click the air conditioner back on. Then you're not really sleeping. So then you get ticked off and you're like, okay, it's cool enough. I can turn it down or turn it off. And then you get like another few hours of sleep while the room heats back up. There's got to be other people out there that hate the fan. I can't believe all of you are like, no, it's cool. Like, we like white noise when we sleep. Yeah, I don't like the fan either. I also don't like air blowing on me, like fan air blowing on me. Sort of, Sal. It's like when you know everything that's going on in the room, but you're not reacting to it. Teresa has to have the fan noise. What's going on in here, chat? Surely somebody else is a quiet sleeper. I think I don't like the fan blowing on me because it makes my eyes itchy. Like I don't like, or in the car, I don't like the air conditioner blowing on my face. But I sleep with the windows open and that's not silent. So it's just whatever tone like fans are or air conditioners are. That's like the vibration I can't stand. Yeah, I don't. What a weird. I wonder what causes that. Did you guys listen to yeah, super hot. See, and I always push it, Teresa, like in the summer, I'm like, I don't want to turn the air on. So then I do turn the ceiling fans in my bedroom on. And I don't really care about that. I don't like it, but I can handle it. But I love like the windows being open and you can hear like all the animals outside and stuff. That's great. I wonder too. I wonder if it's because I can't hear other stuff in my house then either. Maybe it's like partially disconcerting. I don't know. I bet there's a psychological something behind it. But I didn't grow up in a quiet house, but like we didn't have noise machines or anything. I did I did grow up where my dad's Nordic track was in the basement right under my bedroom. And he would get up in the morning and do that dumb Nordic track. And it would be like, zzz, zzz, zzz. It was so irritating. And he would turn the news up really loud to hear it over the Nordic track. And I'm like, ah. But I don't think they turned anything on for me like as a baby or anything. Because if you learn it as a baby, then you like Mousy, do all your kids go to sleep with like noise on in their rooms? It was super annoying. He also traveled and he had a garment bag and he would zip and unzip it. Like his bedroom was across the hall from my bedroom and I could hear it like zzz, zzz in the mornings. It was so annoying. Yes. See, because you gave them noise when they were babies and now they do noise now. Fascinating. But like the crickets all around my house don't bother me. So anyway, now that we all know how I sleep. I don't know. It irritates me. I hate it. Maybe it's just because it's like a window air conditioning in a bedroom, so it's so loud. And I had to move. Well, it's the best way to have my bedroom arranged, but I moved it in front of like the air conditioner. And Gray's case is the exact opposite of me. That does suck, Sal. See, I'm a good sleeper unless I have that noise. But I also need my sleep. Like I'm a real grump if I don't get to sleep. Yeah. Well, Grace Case, you're a morning person, aren't you? Morning people have like a light switch. Mousie's going down. Yeah, it's a quiet evening. But you also stay on a. Yeah, I'm kind of both. I would say I lean more towards morning, but I also have a window in the evening. Like if I don't go to sleep by a certain time, then I'm like, I know I'm up for another 3 hours. Uh, my mom never gave me a bedtime. She said because I was very good at putting myself to bed. And I have an older brother, and he did have a bedtime, and it was before I had to go to bed, and he used to get mad about it. See, I'm in like a yeah, and I like sleep if I'm tired because I don't like being sleepy. It's miserable. Aesop's falling asleep. Everybody's falling asleep. Good night, Good night, Aesop's. Mousie's out. Deb's out. Aesop's out. Grace Case, are you horizontal yet? I'm actually tired too. And it is perfect sleeping weather. Like that, when it's cool and crisp outside and you have to get under all your blankets and be like a little snuggly bug. Oh, wow. You're pepped up tonight. Bye, dirty Uncle Sal. Everybody is out. Is it just me and you, Grace Case? I think it is. All right, I was opening a new drink. Sorry, I'm uptight about those noises. And sometimes when I listen to my stream back, I was wondering if you were still listening, Teresa, but I didn't want to pressure you to pop on. It does say 6 watching. Well, everybody's fallen asleep to it. And we'll all be blocked in the morning. Uh-oh, somebody just bowed out. That was probably Sal. I like these little chats. Mousy and Teresa are in the bushes. Yeah. I do it too, Grace Case. I try not to. Teresa, you know what? I think of them as good, like cooking dinner chats or like dusting your living room or something. You know, like you don't have to look at the screen at all. You don't have to pay like full attention to it. So you can, I don't know, be doing stuff around your house. EKC is the one I do it with Grace Case. When she does her late night streams, those are the ones I'll like fall asleep to. And I had one night, I was like talking to Sal on EKC's stream, and Sal's like, "You don't even make sense. Just you need to go to bed." Like, I'm like, "You're right. It's like 4:00 in the morning. Why am I even attempting to communicate with another human?" I don't know. But anyway, Teresa, that is how I think of these. Like, I don't know. And I just kind of like the not the nothingness of it, but like non-drama of it. Like, it's just whatever people are thinking, you know, like we don't have to, I don't know, just like casual chit chat. I like it. I think it's relaxing. And I like that it, like, I find it a very pleasant way to like end my week / start my weekend. And then I probably have told you guys this, so sorry if I'm repeating. But after I finish streaming, then I go watch a TV show and I do like a face mask or like moisturizing gloves or I don't know, some like whatever little beauty treatment. And it's just so pleasant. Yeah, Grace, like there's no drama in here. It's just people being like, "Hey, I read a good book." I like documentaries. Let's celebrate something awesome that happened to someone. Like I just like the I don't know. I'm going to say it again, but like the nothingness of it. The just relax, everyone. Just relax in here. And I like too that you can like pop in and out of it. You know, like people kind of like come and go. I think that like Teresa's just listening, but then sometimes she'll come in and like say something. I just like that you like don't feel pressure. Yeah. And you don't feel like pressure to stay. You don't feel bad if you're like, I'm going to go do something for half an hour and come back or not come back. I don't know. Yeah. It is a happy hour. And sometimes I thought about, oh, Grace Case, I did want to ask you this. You watch LawTube. Do you watch Rakita Law? I know I've asked you that before. Oh, but he's on so late. Did you see? Do you ever watch Fair and Balanced? That's a better question. Why am I asking? Because last night Fair and Balanced was on Rakita Law, and she was quite intoxicated. Like, you know when you're ugh, it was bad. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if she was in her house with friends, not on the freaking internet. He took the stream down. But go to Divinity Said, her channel, and she posted clips of it. So I'm glad that he took the stream down, because it's one of those where you know that like Farron woke up today and was like, oh no. So the whole thing was, I was thinking about, I'm like, oh, I think maybe I'll have like a cocktail when I do my stream. And I haven't before. I think I did one time, but that was like late when Mousy and I, whatever. Because I'm like, you know, I'm trying to learn here. And I don't want to be, I mean, I know it's only one drink, but whatever. You know, and I was like, maybe I could have a drink during the stream. And then I watched that and I was like, no, I cannot. Dude, she was so drunk, Grace Case. It was terrible to watch. I mean, just because, like, they were clearly mocking her. She was clearly wasted. And I don't know. It just was, I had the secondhand embarrassment for her. So you subbed to Divinity Said too? Uncivil, no. I mean, I'll watch him on other people's streams. I'm trying to think of the last time I watched him. I used to watch him more, but not on the regular one. Like a lot of the ones he does, I'm not interested in. And then he just would get so drunk and mean and like rude to his chat that I got ticked off. And then for a while, he would be like texting someone during his stream, and that drove me insane. So I think Natalie Lawyer Chick is probably my favorite, because I like the topics she discusses, and I like the way she explains things, and I find her hilarious. Yeah, you and I probably bowed out around the same time then. And every once in a while, like I've tried to watch him a few times because he was covering, I don't know, maybe like the Todd Chrisley thing or something. And I was like, nah, I don't. But I did watch Hogue Law today because he did a thing on he does hangouts and headlines in the morning. And you can it's like a good listening stream for when I'm doing work. So I listened to him, and Uncivil was on that. Yeah. I just could well, and sometimes when you're watching someone and you're like, "Why am I watching this person?" All they do is tick me off. And then he was not teaching people anything. Like, he did not explain things well. And then he would get mad at his chat for not understanding things, and I'm like, "Well, you explained it." Mm, he's okay. I don't hate him. I don't love him. Does that make sense? Like, well, and a lot of LawTube, what I do is I just see like what they're discussing, and depending on the topic, is if I watch it or not. Yes. Or if someone tried to like get him to clarify something and he would be like, I already explained this. And I'm like, I don't think you did. Or not in a way that clearly your chat isn't understanding. Like, you're not explaining it for people who have no knowledge of the law. Same. I used to really like him, and now I can't even handle him. I don't even check his channel anymore. I mean, he really went. I knew what you meant. He went, once he started. Okay, this is going to sound stupid, and it is. But once he started growing his hair out and then like truly getting. Really? Okay. See, I think Viva, like, he got too, I don't know, too Hitler-esque. Like, I felt very much like he was trying to indoctrinate me into his way of thinking. And I really was like, stop trying to make your hair bigger than it is. That drove me nuts. Like, grow your hair out, fine. But your hair doesn't stick up like that. So stop it. See, and Barnes is sometimes I can handle him, sometimes I can't. And I think he comes. You know how you like somebody and then you keep watching them and you're like, turns out I don't really like you. That's how I was with Barnes. Yes. And Barnes does that thing where he wants everybody to be impressed by him, and he wants everyone to think that he has the most knowledge and whatnot. But I don't think he does. And I can't tell if he's joking or not, but he always says OJ is innocent. And I'm like, okay. And then him and like Viva together, I was like, no. Like, Viva went cuckoo. He really, like, you don't watch any of the lawyers, Teresa? I've watched them all, I think. Well, not all of them. Yeah. Like, they just got too. Well, okay. And I have a problem with all the people like Viva, Barnes, Rakita. How if you don't agree with them, they hate you. And it's not a. It's not a like, they're nasty about, they always. What am I trying to say? Like, they're mean and rude to people who have a different opinion or thought than them. And then stupid things would drive me crazy. So they would go off and judge any person who's wearing a mask during the pandemic. And I would be like, first of all, why do you care that much? Who cares? Like, if someone feels more comfortable wearing one, let them wear one. Or, they would assume a whole bunch about the person for wearing a mask. And I'm like, you don't know any of that. You don't know if any of that is true. And it doesn't impact your life at all if someone wears a mask. So who cares? Like, that's a good example of what I mean when they're like so judgmental. But then they go off and they're like, everyone on the right is doing this. And I'm like, you're the people on the right. That is you. The extreme right. Yeah, I've never chatted on Emily D. Baker. Well, maybe I've made a comment or two, but I've never tried to chat. She has like too many people in there. They're so judgy, Grace, and it makes me crazy. And then all the like fat comments and all that stuff. And I'm like, none of that is necessary. And like a lot of stuff, have your opinion. Sorry, guys. I can't tell if I knocked myself out or not. I was trying to wipe a dot, like a little smudge off my screen. And then I forget that this laptop is touchscreen. I'm back. Can you hear me now? Okay. Whew. Now there's a little square on my screen that says live jelly cam, Monterey Bay Aquarium. And it's like right over the chat. Oh, well. Anyway, back to the law tube. Sorry about that, guys. Don't touch the screen. Yeah, Emily D. Baker's chat. I can't even read her chat. Like, it goes too fast. I have no idea what's happening over there. And her streams, I love how she does the chapters because I don't care about half the things she's talking about. So I like that you can like flip to whatever one you're interested in. Well, she is. Yes, I agree. I don't even try with her chat. A lot of times I turn her chat off, like so I can't see it on my screen. And I just go look at like whatever she talked about. Because some of the like most of her cases I have no interest in. I mean, that's how all of them are, I think, for me. Like, I just see what they're talking about, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I do want to watch about this one or not about this one. Yeah, I wish everybody did the chapters. I love it. So, do you watch Natalie Lawyer Chick? Yeah, once a channel gets so big, like the chat just gets too much. Teresa is good with the wrench. She can get a link so quick. It's ridiculous. I really haven't been watching LawTube either. I took like a long break because I did watch the Johnny Depp trial. And then like something happened in a true crime. I can talk. In a true crime case that I've followed for a long time this week. So I went and like watched everybody who discussed it. But I do think there's a few cases coming up. You know what I want to do, Grace Case? This is what I think about sometimes. And I think Natalie Lawyerchick is the one to do it with. Is I kind of want to ask a whole bunch of questions. Like basic questions. Hey, Mrs. Cassandra. That I don't understand about the law or how courthouses work. You're good for more than that, Teresa. You're awesome in streams. So where you been, Mrs. Cassandra? See, it's perfect because she popped in earlier and then came back a little bit later. Oh, I got that stupid Monterey Bay thing off my screen. Nice. Who gave you a wrench? Grace Kids. You're like, I don't want a wrench. I get it. I think I only have one. I don't know. Well, I like the pressure of not having one. You can just goof off and chat. And sometimes I have a wrench in the same chat as Teresa, and I'll see her like do something, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I have a wrench in here. Like I'm just off, totally goofing off. I goof off a bit too much. That's what I'm saying. He must like you. Don't you wish you could like hide that you have a wrench and then be like, I'm gonna whip it out right now? Christola. I know who Christola is. I never watched Just See, I don't watch a lot of people. I don't think I've ever been to his channel. Well, Grace Case, isn't that like sort of everybody though? Like, I like them, but I don't like everything they do. I mean, just because you like a creator doesn't mean you're like, I don't know, full on endorsing their behavior or anything. I don't know. Or opinions. What's he doing now? I ask, like I'm even going to go look. I'm not. That's a ringing endorsement, Teresa. You're like, I don't hate him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because I watch a couple of people where I'm like, settle down. Like, I don't know. And I tried to watch. See, I never fully know what is happening because I don't watch everybody and I don't get on Twitter. So I'm like, I have to like piece a lot of things together. And I'd say I'm relatively accurate for the info I have. But I'm missing like large pieces of the puzzle. I thought him and Nikki were friends. No? Oh, they were, but the. Jeez, the drama. That sucks. Now I want you to, Grace Case. But I'm cool if you don't too. Like but I do want to know. I mean, I love to gossip. Or be aware of things. And now I'm like speculating in my brain what it is. But I have no idea. Yeah, I like Nikki. Although she's got a mean streak in her. Which sometimes she's one where sometimes I'm like, whoa. But I think she has a really fun chat though. And I like how she just lets us like talk about, oh. Well, I trust you, Grace Case. You'll make the right decision, whatever you think I should know or not know. Oh. What is happening? I don't know. Because I see. Matthew, you're only asleep for half an hour. That is not healing. I'm going to need a solid 8 hours, okay? I know. You're like, I just woke up. You just fell asleep. You're like a little kid where you're like, oh, I just got him tucked in. Made my popcorn, got to the couch, and they're up again. She went to bed, Mrs. Cassandra, like 20 minutes ago. I wonder, is that a mom thing? Is that a real RH pic? I mean, that's like photoshopped, right? I also forgot you said that. Thank you for unsending it. Also, Grace Case, I like the term disco nap. Yeah, and Mousy, since you're on like rest restrictions, that always causes me to have trouble sleeping. Like, I know if I have trouble sleeping, it's because I was not active enough during the day. Oh no, what are you eating, Mrs. Cassandra? I had jalapeno poppers tonight, and they were delicious. I'm still really full. Well, yeah, I like it too, Teresa. See, that's what I'm like. I don't mean to say that I don't care who everyone hangs out with, but like, I'm not going to be friends. I don't know. I just learned long ago to make decisions based on myself and my interactions. Yeah, everyone in here is cool. And I like, I mean, I don't, how do I phrase it? Like, it feels more real in here. Like, people, because we don't all agree on everything, but we actually can have a conversation about it and be like, okay. And not walk away hating each other, or I don't know. Like, that's what I was trying to create here. It's just a place where we could like run away from the drama and be like, get over here where it's safe. We can all like hang out and know that it's just like cool and chill and no stress. Like, I was in a stream one night where I was like, I so wanted to type in stream, be like, I'm out of here. Meet me on my channel if you want. And I was like, that is rude. I can't do it in chat. But Mousy, just relax and listen. Close those peepers. Go to sleepers. You're healing. You need to rest. That's how I was the one night when I was real sleepy and EKC's chat and sounds like, go to bed. She's like, you sound I muted myself while I was talking. Ooh, thanks for the RH removal. The kicker is too, I forget about him because I never watched him. I mean, I clicked into his stream like 2 times and I was like, no, that's a no for me. Don't pay attention to me. Let's see, what is that thing you said? Oh, should I put your guys' comments up on the stream more? I don't think I need to. I know. Now that you reminded me about it. See, I saw it when I was streaming. So it did make me laugh. I should. Can I preemptively ban somebody? Although he hasn't done anything to me. That's not an invitation. Like, I don't know him. I've never interacted with him. I doubt he'd recognize my name. But yeah, I mean, everyone's welcome here. Just like be cool and chill. This place is for dicking around, but don't be a dick. Now I'm getting sleepy. And there was a weird noise in my kitchen. When I bought my house, the guy I bought my house from said, there's that noise again. He said, sometimes you'll hear noises and you'll swear someone else is in your house, but there isn't anyone else in the house. And I am very glad he said that to me because he is correct. I think we did lose Mousy. She took her meds. So I think, and she usually like is pretty, like Mousy and I chat a lot. So sometimes she'll be like, I took my meds. I have like half an hour. And she will, you know, Mrs. Cassandra. Well, it's an old house, like a real old house. So it just has quirks. And then I shouldn't say this, but I will say this. I have like a walkout basement and I left it unlocked for like 6 months. I was like, that is not safe. I had no idea I did that. So then every once in a while I'll be like, was somebody in here? Did that person? No one was in here. But I do keep hearing noises in my kitchen. But all my appliances are breaking. My microwave broke, guys. Ugh. So irritating. And I, of course, like dismantled it to attempt to repair it. So now it's not only broken, but also in pieces on my counter. It is my fridge making noises. I wonder if I accidentally, my ice maker doesn't work, and I think I probably accidentally clicked the on off button on it because I got groceries today. So I'm like, I bet I shoved something into it. Your microwave broke last year? Well, okay, let me tell you what happened with my microwave. It was pretty easy. So I walked in there one night and I was like, I left the microwave open. That's weird. So then I went to close it and it just popped back open. And then I realized that the latch was broken. So I Googled it and it said that there's a little spring that attaches the latch to the door. And it said that probably came off. And I was like, oh, I could fix that. So then I took it off the door and realized that, yeah, the spring was not attached, but it broke on a different part than where I thought it was broken. So then I like called around to appliance repair shops because I have to buy the actual door. And everyone's like, just buy a new microwave. And I'm like, but I don't want to. I mean, the microwave still works great. Here's the thing. I will repair whatever I can repair. I don't like to just throw things away willy-nilly. But also, it is not a new microwave. And they do not make appliances well anymore. And I just need to go buy a new one, but I still haven't. So now, like when I reheat stuff, I like reheat it in the oven or on top of the stove, which is kind of fun. Well, you can't use any. I mean, now it's just like a hole above my stove because I didn't put the door back on because I'm like, well, this is broken and I can't repair it. So I didn't put it back together, which is even more annoying. And I unplugged it. So now I don't have a light over my stove. And you know when when you like get into a project, like it started out innocent, like I can repair this latch, and it's just really escalated. Like I had it on my dining room table and then I put it all back in the kitchen because I'm like, well, I should at least put it back together. And exactly. And then it's like, just go to the store, buy a new one, and put this one in the garbage. Mrs. Cassandra, I have an air fryer and I don't see the. Okay, I don't have an air fryer, but I do. Because a friend of mine lent me hers to see if I wanted to buy one. Like I was going to borrow hers for a little bit. And it's been like a year. I still have it. And I told her the other day, I'm like, I need to get this air fryer back to you. And she's like, Ma, I don't care. And it's been sitting on my counter, which drives me crazy because I don't like stuff on my counter. So I have the air fryer and the microwave door on my counter. It's stressful in my kitchen right now, guys. I do need to just go buy. This should be on my to-do list for next week. Go buy a new microwave. And put the air fryer in a cabinet. I just reheat pizza in the oven. See, the air fryer doesn't make sense to me because it is more work than just putting a pan in the oven. Or, like a lot of the stuff. So I've tried to cook everything in the air fryer. Okay, the air fryer is a trickster because it implies that it's not a tiny easy bake oven on your counter. And like the first time I cooked in it, I thought this is so stupid because I made broccoli and then chicken. I guess that's all I did in the air fryer. But if you're heating or if you're cooking for more than like 2 people, you have to do so many batches. And then with the broccoli and the chicken, I had to go in there 800 times and like flip it all around and stuff. And I'm like, I could have just put this on a cookie sheet and put it in my oven. Every recipe I see says preheat too. And like, I don't make a lot of nuggets or fries. I mean, I make fries sometimes, but I just bake them in the oven. And then admittedly, I tried all these recipes, so I never like mastered the air fryer because it always seemed like such a waste to me. And it's so big. Like it doesn't store easily and I don't want it on my counter. And anything that I've like cooked correctly in it didn't impress me so much that I didn't feel like it was a benefit over my stove. I don't buy pizza rolls. Grace case. I can relate. Go on. And now I can tell you. Oh, why yours? Is it a gas stove? I'm sorry about that. I didn't mute until after I took a drink. Is it stove anxiety or stove top anxiety? Is your anxiety that I'm going to ask a series of questions? Is it that it will explode? That it will catch your house on fire? Because so I've started interesting. I'm like, I wonder, that came from somewhere though. Like, are you channeling some other anxiety into that? Hmm. Okay. I don't know. There's something. I'm going to ponder that because that's interesting. Do you think a new stove would, it might though. Because you'd have to get it like professionally installed and inspected. You know what? You could probably call the gas company out and they would inspect it for you. Because I know my gas company will. And oh, that's a good sign. But at the same time, I mean, you have anxiety. Okay. I get it. But also, anxiety stems from somewhere. So maybe like something tripped that in you. So maybe you noticed something that you don't remember noticing. You know what I mean? Like I think of it this way. You know when you're walking across a parking lot and you're creeped out or weirded out, or you think I shouldn't be here, I have to get out of here? That's because you saw something, but you don't realize you saw it. Like out of the corner of your mind, you saw somebody like duck behind, not corner of your mind, corner of your eye. You saw somebody duck behind a bush. I mean, we are animals. So, in our body is like developed from the beginning of time to notice all those things. That's why we startle when like a plastic bag comes around the corner at us because it could be a predator. So, because that developed out of nowhere, I feel like you saw something. I mean, and maybe you saw it on TV, or maybe you're funneling anxiety from somewhere else. But I also like don't dismiss it. Would you be comfortable if you had somebody over and they turned on the stove or oven? You know what, though, Grace Case? I firmly believe you will feel better about it tomorrow because I've touched on my anxiety story, but you guys know about that tree that was dropping branches on my driveway? Well, I had over the summer, like my back went out and my legs went numb. And I mean, I thought I was going to lose the ability to walk. And then once I told somebody that I was terrified about that tree, like the next day I could tell a difference in my back. And then I said it to someone else, and then it started to heal. And I was like, oh, so the whole stupid back problem was anxiety. Well, maybe that's an option. Maybe have somebody come down. Well, maybe just analyze how you feel over the weekend because you finally said it out, well, typed it out loud to people and discussed it. So see if that makes you feel better. I think it will because I think keeping those fears like that inside and that anxiety inside, I think strengthens it. So I think saying it to people releases it. So I think tomorrow, hopefully, you'll feel better about it. And then throughout the week, you'll feel better. And then, yeah, have your mom come down and bake something together. Or ask the gas company to come back out and be like, dude, just turn it on. I'll be outside. I mean, it's their job. I mean, I think you will I mean, I'll talk about it anytime you want. If you want to DM me and I will discuss it anytime you're like, I have an anxiety about this. Because I truly believe saying it to people and getting it out. And sometimes, like, when you know that whatever you're stressing about is, I'm not saying that is ridiculous because I don't think it is. But like, I'll stress about stuff where I'm like, it's nonsensical. Like my tree stress, I didn't realize how much that was bothering me until I finally said I'm terrified. And then I didn't realize how much it was impacting other parts of my life. I know what you mean. Like it's the weird ones. Like my tree one wasn't weird. Well, and sometimes you feel like all alone in it. Because my tree one, I would say to people, I'm like, this tree, it keeps dropping branches, and people be like, that sucks, and move on. And I'm like, you don't understand. So I felt like alone in it. I mean, if a new one will make you feel better, and then you could donate that one to a restore. I mean, you do you, Grace Case. Whatever makes you feel the safest and most comfortable. I like how you're like, I'm going to try turning the stove back on. I had a hard time with, I'd never had gas appliances until I moved in this house. And they still wig me out. It just doesn't seem safe. See, I would not say I have anxiety. Well, maybe I do. I'd say I am a normal worrier. Do you take medication for it, Grace Case? May I ask? You don't have to answer, obviously. Do they make medication for anxiety? I knew that they did. I just had that discussion with someone the other day because I said they were telling me how they have anxiety, and they do. And I said, they make medication for that. And I keep trying to get this person to see a therapist, and they refuse to. And I'm like, but they make medications to help with those things. And like, clearly, you're struggling so badly that you need assistance. So please go, like, see a doctor and get help. And they were like, they don't make medication for anxiety. I'm like, pretty sure they do. Yeah, I remember my mom having the panic moments. And when I used to work at the last company I worked for, I would get panic attacks. And the kind where you thought you were having a heart attack. And I remember I have a way of drinking water that I can get it to go away. And I haven't had one since I don't work there anymore. But I remember my mom having that sometimes. Like, we would be in a restaurant and she'd be like, I have to get out of here right now. And she would put something under her tongue. Isn't it fascinating? Because in the panic moments, it's because your fight or flight was triggered, which is crazy. And I would get them sitting at my desk in my office, and it was the worst. Yeah, she didn't need them all the time, and it was just very random, but she would kept them in her purse. And it was more after she had got a divorce and stuff like that. And then but I think those are for people who are actually having a heart attack, right? Well, because my panic attacks felt like a heart attack. But then I figured out I would fill my mouth up with water, and then I would make myself swallow it, but not all at one time. I would swallow it a little bit, one swallow at a time, and it helped regulate my breathing. I don't know, it will pull me out of it. But I haven't had those in a long time. And that was straight up because that place sucked. No, she didn't take it for that. Whatever she took was for a panic attack. Because I only saw her do it twice. And one time we were in a restaurant, having lunch with a friend. And she flipped out. You could see she was panicking. And she was like, I have to get out of the restaurant. I have to get out of the restaurant. And it wasn't. You could tell it was anxiety. Yeah. Where I worked was a horrible place to work. It was horrible. I mean, basically, I hated my whole life, because I hated my job. And it was just such a terrible environment. I mean, maybe it was a good guess because similar symptoms. But I know hers was because sometimes, if we were going certain places, public places or something, she would go, okay, I have these. They're right here. If I start freaking out. Yeah. Man, having a bad boss is that is the worst. It's truly the worst because you spend more time with those people I mean, if you're in an office, then you do with your family. And it was awful. Like it was I would have to like leave sometimes and like go cry for a while. I'm like, I'm gonna take my lunch now. I have to go cry for a little bit. And one time I just started like bawling in my office. Ugh. Yes, Grace Case, me too. And I'm like, I can't believe what is happening. And I set up a personal email that I would forward emails to with like horrific statements in them. Because I started doing the like, cover your ass type thing. Because it was targeted. They would pick one person and just go after him until that person was out. And just cruel. And I don't know. I guess those people just don't have anything. I mean, that is their life, I guess. Yes. No. I did a notebook as well. And I'll tell you what, paid off in spades. I mean, first of all, they should know I'm detail oriented. So I had everything. Oh, that's awful, Grace Case. Man, anxiety. Man, work. Now, my goal is to like work enough to pay my bills, but basically just have a good time. I'm like, it's not worth it. So that's my goal. Enjoy myself. I'd say it's going pretty well. Teresa, she got a fat raise and it is awesome. And Grace Case, I think about that every week because I'm like, oh, I always think I'm going to start the stream by asking people if they have anything to celebrate because I just thought that was so cool and so fun. And I'm like, man, everyone needs that. Like, let's celebrate the awesome stuff that happens to other people. So not only did you get a raise, but I'm benefiting from it too because once a week it brings me joy. so thanks for that. I think that's cool. I say share it, celebrate it. I think it's awesome. I mean, why not? Shout it to the world. That's a good thing that happens to you. Let people be excited for you. I mean, we have to work. So anything that makes work better is good. And I don't think people are rewarded properly for their work. The majority of people. And I just think we all need to celebrate more. Like everyone in the world. Like just be happy for other people. It feels good. I loved it. I mean, I still I'm excited. And every week I think, I need to remember to ask if anybody has anything to celebrate. Oh, Teresa. But on the upside, we get to hang out with you in chats. So allergies. Man. Oh, that is really good. Oh, no. Yeah, it's hard. Not having the other person to Teresa, do not be scared. I mean, absolutely be scared. That is a very valid feeling. But I get it. That's awesome to have a brother like that. I bet that is hard without him. I'm sorry. If it helps at all, I love seeing you in all the chats. Yeah, grieving time is its own timeline. She lives in. Yeah. Well, and you know what? I like the chats. Like I just come in to goof off. So I mean, like I'm interested in the whole KJ thing, but whatever. If I never heard about her again, I wouldn't care. But I do still want to oddly keep up with it, if that makes sense. Like it's interesting. I don't know. It's like people who watch Real Housewives or whatever. It's like my Real Housewives. But really, I just go into the chats to goof off. And that's why the drama will get to me sometimes because I'm like, come on. Like, I just want to come in here and laugh. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Well, and like, see, and I look for the people who will goof off in chat. I mean, sometimes I'm like into whatever EKC's talking about. Rarely though, because I can either chat or I can like pay attention to the stream, but I can't really do both. Yeah. Well, and see, I like the streams where people are like Teresa, when you're like, here's my chili recipe. I'm like, awesome. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Which I still have not made, Teresa. I still have not. But it is now chilly enough for chili. Do you watch The Real Housewives? Grace Case, I watched 60 Days In about dumb people who don't have to go to prison volunteer to go to, well, jail for 60 days. It's so stupid, but I love it. Yeah, I like the like goof off chats. You like 60 Days In too, Teresa? Nobody I know watches it. I've never watched any of the Housewives. I can't explain like what garbage TV I get into or what I don't. It makes no sense. Teresa, I can tell you off stream. Actually, I can tell you on stream. Get yourself a Fire Stick off Amazon. And then I will tell you, once you do that, I'll tell you what software to put on it, and you can watch anything you want. That's what I do. I mean, I don't do that. Charter Communications. I watch my reality TV. Grace Case, I'll tell you exactly what to do. I'll DM it to you because I got to look up like the video and stuff. But I learned how to do it on YouTube. It works on. Well, you need to be able to plug it into the TV. So you have to have like, I wouldn't say a recent TV, but like, I don't know. I plugged it into. I think my. This is me trying to figure out how old my TVs are. Like 15 years old, and it works on them. Okay, the Fire Sticks I think are like $20, but they go on sale so sometimes. So I would just like keep an eye on them, and you can get them for like $15. Like that's what I did. I mean, I started with one, and eventually I like got another one because you can move it from TV to TV, but who's gonna do that? No one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Grace Case, because my TV in my living room, like it came with the house. It's over my fireplace. I actually hated it. It's giant. And I bought a Fire Stick for it, and it took me like an hour to find where to plug it into it. Yes, HDMI. Teresa, if I can do it, if I can hook it up, I mean, you know my computer skills. They are lacking. But I will, once you guys get them, let me know and I'll send you the video you need. And I'll tell you, because there's also like tips and tricks to doing it. And then you can watch 60 Days In and we can talk about it. And I watch it, it's free on the A&E app, which I hate to say because I hate all those stupid apps and stuff. But Grace Case, I have more than a soft spot. I absolutely love them. I love them. Like they're the best. I call them mix and match movies because you know how it's like the same actors and the same sets. And then every few years they'll get like a new rental house that they use. And I'm like, it's new set year. Like I get all excited. I love the cheesy movies. Yeah, Teresa, just throw like $1 aside a month and you'll have it in no time. You know what? Okay, I would like to file a complaint about the Hallmark cheesy movies because I'm going to say specifically the Christmas ones. I like the Christmas ones where they go to a town and like Santa lives in that town, and the person's like, is this Santa's hometown? Like, there's not enough of those anymore. Bring back the Santa aspects. Oh, they're all the same basic story. I don't care either. I love them. Yeah, I don't have cable, Teresa. You just use your Wi-Fi with it. And you get a lot of free stuff on the Fire Stick. And you'll get even more because I'll tell you how. Like, it just hooks up to your TV and then plugs in to the wall. And if you have Amazon Prime, you hook it up to your Amazon Prime account. But you don't even have to have Amazon Prime. Crazy Case. I'm pretty sure they have like boxes where they're like, okay, here's the 5 professions of the people. So they can be like a wedding planner, or they can work in marketing, and like they have a different box with like 10 selections, and they just pick randomly, and they're like, this is the movie, except for it's exactly the same. Oh, okay. So you'll hook it up. Oh, Teresa, a whole new world for you. If you hook the Fire Stick up to your Amazon Prime, then you can watch all that Amazon Prime stuff on there, and then all the Amazon Prime videos. It's worth it. I mean, I like the Fire Stick. And I can show you. You can put YouTube on there because I like YouTube on my TV. Grace Case, we're going to have to talk Hallmark movies. Do you watch them all year? Because I watch them all year. I mean, I love the Christmas ones, but well, I chat on my phone usually. Sometimes my computer. But I like the stream on my TV. Well, what do you use, Teresa? Roku? Grace Case, I haven't watched one in a long time because I gave up all TV for several years. But those Hallmark movies, I'm like, ooh. I mean, I got real mad at TV. Like, it was ridiculous. But I love them so much. And I love like harvest festivals. I don't know. Spring flings. Grace Case, I got real mad. The maddest I've ever been was at TV. I can't stand all the apps. I hate it. Like, it infuriates me. And I got mad because watching the Hallmark movies was tough. Did you have a harvest festival where your dashing new neighbor who just moved to town and maybe you didn't get along with him at first, but afterwards, and you kept running into him around town, but then he broke down and started to become friends and then won all the games at the harvest festival. Yeah, his perfect dog. And spoiler alert, he is rich. I love I like when they try and do one for the cat people. Like, they did that one with the firemen who they did like the cat calendar. They had to give away like find homes for 12 cats or something. And the cats just don't work as well as the dog. I'll get you there, Teresa. The Hallmark movies are shockingly hard to find, but they're also not. I love all those movies. And Lifetime used to have good, like, cheesy movies like that, but then they went all hardcore, like, crime on them. And I'm like, I'm out, Lifetime. I'll be over at Hallmark. Thank you. But supposedly, Grace Case, did you hear the gossip that the CEO or whoever the bigwig at Hallmark was? He went over to a new station and he took like half the Hallmark actors over with him and got him like out of the Hallmark movies and over on his new channel. So Hallmark, it was a big uproar. And I think Candace Cameron Bure, she started maybe her own production company. But she's putting out her own like Hallmark type movies now. I don't know. And is there going to be a new what's the Halloween one that comes out every year? The ghost, the witch one? The Good Witch. Is there a new one of those or is that like over? Grace, you're gonna find this shocking. It's not that good. But also it's pretty good. It comes out, it's like every Halloween, they put out a new movie. And then eventually they made a show, a TV show for it. And it's on Netflix. And if you're looking for like just a little dose, an hour long Hallmark movie, give her a whirl. But it's really bad acting. But also that's half the delight. And she's a very good witch, but sometimes bad witches come to town. And the new doctor moves in. Yeah, it's like I had some friend of mine who is pretty like into sci-fi and not, into any of this stuff. And she goes, I've been watching this show and I'm a little embarrassed by it. It's called The Good Witch. And I was like, oh, I've seen every episode. Like, don't feel bad. I'm like, it's a great, like, get your blanket and a cup of tea and just like settle in for the cheese. It's a delight. It's totally Hallmark because they're the ones who started the movies, and then Hallmark started making a show out of it. And I was skeptical about the show. I'm like, these movies, because it was like my least favorite of like the holiday movies. But I don't know, like you could judge any of them. So I was like, well, this show's going to be dumb. And it is. But also, I don't know, it's good and fun. Um, ID, the ID channel. I'm like, I mean, I don't have, now I have to like know the specific show I'm looking for. Oh, I was going to say the other crappy reality show I watch. So I watch 60 Days In and I watch The Challenge on MTV. That's a terrible show. Like I used to really, I mean, I've watched it since the beginning. And I've almost, when you want to walk away, but you're like, I don't know. I've got like 25 years in this, or however long it's been. So you just keep hanging on. So I watched that show. Investigation Discovery. That's it. ID. I was like, I knew my brain would come up with it eventually. All right, everybody. I'm shutting it down. It's already midnight. Also, I have to use the restroom. My bladder is full. But thanks for the chat. That was fun. And Grace Case, let me know what movie you watched this weekend. Check out The Good Witch. It's the perfect time of year for it. I think that show's all the way ended too, which is nice when you start a show like that. You did make a whole stream. This was a nice, real relaxing one. I enjoyed it. All right, everybody. It's time for me to go do a face mask and watch 60 Days In. Teresa. I'm starting to wiggle in my chair. I'm like, okay, you've got to like. And my battery's almost dead on my computer. You didn't come in late. You came in right when you were supposed to get here. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you later. See you in the next stream.